Yes, she's crashing out. That is hilarious. What up, guys? Welcome to my reaction series. Modern women could actually get away with murder with the tools that we have today. Between dating apps, Instagram, and the ability to travel, women have the opportunity to throw it back multiple times to multiple different men and still lie to betas later. The challenge is we just can't shut the F up. And now we can see that with Akaash Singh's wife. So, for those of you that don't know the backstory, essentially, Akaash Singh came after the red pill. He criticized Myron and, basically was tone policing him. And normally, the more a man tone polices, the more that he's cucked at home.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period. Those are your roots. Those women are reflected in your roots. So if you're saying, hey, I don't generally date them, but I have more space for it, even though I still think it's a little corny.
Akaash only dates brown. Akaash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an Indian woman. So
this is like loyal through and through.
Okay. And I understand it's not as important for y'all, but as an Indian, there's not a lot of us who are famous. So whether you like it or not, people are looking at you as a role model. You guys have established yourselves as role models. From simps to pimps, which is another motto I find kind of corny, but I looked into what you guys are about. And a lot of this shit is just childish.
Now, Akaash brags that his wife is a virgin. And I really got to warn you guys got to stop bragging about your wife's purity. We have an incentive to lie about this stuff. So essentially, she started her own podcast and it goes viral because she talks about how she used to throw it back for white boys in college. Indian women and white boys are like, they're like a love story. Asian women love white boys. All right, but let's see. Now she's crashing.
Okay, guys, I want to talk to you really quick because obviously my name keeps getting brought up by either women or men. Lately, it's these red pill guys because I said my money, or what did I say? His money is our money and my money is my money, which is a common saying, whatever. I'm not even gonna elaborate because I don't fucking care to explain myself to them. But what I will say is, if you're not gonna be a man for fucking women, like if you're gonna say, oh, women should do this for us and we're the prize and blah, 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 at least be a man for yourselves. And what I mean by that is,
now she's shaming. She's saying, you're not real men because I said on my podcast that I threw it back for white boys and I don't like the reaction. Here's the thing. A lot of women go their whole lives without being told the truth ever because men are just constantly lying and telling us how awesome.
Just watch Don't Worry, Darling, finally on Netflix. It's like that movie from 2 or 3 years ago that everyone was talking about. Spoiler alert. But basically these men live in this like virtual reality simulation where everything is perfect. They go to work, their wives clean on them, wait for them, they're like
And by the way, she has no kids and said she doesn't cook and clean. It's like men can't get anything.
Wives are basically dependent on their men, like 50s aesthetic, but like the dark side. At
the dark side. What does that mean?
The end, you find out that these women never consented to be in this like
yeah, because that's what happens when women take L's. They always just say, oh, I didn't consent to that. Ma'am, excuse me?
Virtual reality thing. And like when the women start glitching is when the memories of their real life start coming back. And there's this one scene where Chris Pine, the person who orchestrates this whole like utopic town or whatever, he tells Harry Styles to dance for him. And Harry Styles dances for him like a little monkey. That's what I feel like you guys are doing, whether it's Andrew Tate or these fucking...
Yeah, so again, the red pill is the only group that is pushing back on these women. It's not coming from the church. It's not coming from anywhere else. It's literally only the red pill is saying, hey, these women are lying. And it's crazy because, the church says they love women, but you never see them holding their feet to the fire and holding them accountable and saying, hey, you got married through fraud.
Red pill podcast guys, like when they tell you something, when they ask you to jump, you say how high. You're still not a man either way. Do you see what I'm saying? Like
now again, she thinks this is a lot of the traditional wives they're trying to sell you. They'll say my wife is so different, and then their wife talks too much and we realize she's exactly the same. She's a woman. We all got evil. I don't think I've met a good woman ever.
Still a little bitch beta boy.
A bitch beta boy. The audacity of this woman.
Doing whatever these fucking men tell you. Why are you mad at us? Why are you mad if me and my husband are cool with each other? If we both make jokes at each other's expense. The difference is my husband will go on stage and say whatever the fuck he wants about me. No one has any.
Yeah, but he wouldn't cross a certain line. And that's generally how it is. Men will cross a little bit of a line and make fun of us a little bit, and women will just go World War III and annihilate. We will annihilate you. If you guys have a story like that, put it in the comments.
To say. It's like, oh my God, it's so funny, it's so relatable. But then I come on TikTok and I make jokes, and now you have a fucking problem because I don't have a mic in my hand. Like, make it make sense. I'm not here for the fucking misogyny. One thing that I will say, being canceled by this people doesn't affect me as much because I genuinely don't respect them. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but again, if you don't care, then you wouldn't respond. She's embarrassed. There's no way this woman is not embarrassed.
Like, talk about me all you want, drive traffic to my page. Our YouTube
she is not built for this
video, our podcast episode that me and Nahal did got 37,000 views, which for
all views aren't good views. All views are not good views.
For us is really.
She may be able to get a female fan base. We'll see, but I don't know if she's really built for TikTok. I'm built for this. I'm built different. Okay, she's built the same.
Fucking high because we're just starting out. So I'm like, okay, keep driving traffic. I'm not even going to read any of the comments. So it's like, what are you doing this for? Like,
yeah, but okay, if you didn't read the comments, he wouldn't be here.
There's no way you can be happy.
Now, again, she could have got away with this if she just didn't, if she just shut up. If she didn't say, I popped my, for white boys, she would have got away with this.
Like, you cannot be happy just doing this. And
if you're going to be a hoe, be a smart hoe. Don't be a dumb hoe. There's there's levels of hoeing. There's the dumb hoe. Like Brittany Renner, I'd put her as a dumb hoe. I mean, she got a kid off a guy in a state with a child support cap. That's a dumb hoe shit. A smart hoe says, go ahead, honey, you can cheat. And just takes the money and gets the good sex and just lives with, a smart hoe studies men and adapts. I know a woman that got engaged 5 times, and the insight she had about men, I was like, I see how she got not engaged, sorry, married 5 times. Now, obviously, maybe the marrying stuff, she failed there or whatever. But I was thinking, you have to understand men to some level to get 5 proposals.
I feel like if you honestly just tried to find God, worked on yourself, went to therapy, you would feel so much better than what these little cockroaches and parasites try to tell you. Honestly, that's my honest feedback.
Yeah, she's crashing out. That is hilarious. Let's face it, free speech is a myth. Large social media companies reserve the right to judge and punish any content creators they see fit without due process or warning. How do I know? Because I was demonetized for a 1.5 years and I had to work my way back from the bottom to where I am today. One thing that my experience taught me is to never rely on one platform for my livelihood again, which is why I created my own website and app, the Audacity Network. Unlike the larger platforms that are bogged down by censorship and changing guidelines, the Audacity Network is an open platform run by me for my supporters. For just $10 a month, you can join a community that can speak their mind and get first access to present and future projects. It's also a place to find my old content as well as to get access to live streams and videos you can only find on my website. So go to theaudacitynetwork.com to become a member, or go to the Apple Store and Google Store to download the app today. I'll see you there. And on Twitter, they're cooking her. I love how she made a video addressing the least controversial thing in the video. No one is talking about all that. All that other stuff is apparently a joke. And then another comment is, I've always noticed how insecure and attention seeking she is, but this is a whole nother level. This is not normal behavior. The whole beef is just going to make people watch her podcast, which is what she wants. Then she'll say more ridiculous things. It's a cycle. Myron says no one will watch, bro. Myron, I hate to say this, women watch. And it's a completely inverse economy, because women say messed up stuff on podcasts, and what happens is, again, you're gonna make more money, like Drew Afawalo or whatever. She's gonna make a ton of money. She's on a billboard on Times Square just talking shit about men. It's just a different economy. Another comment says more narcissistic behavior. She just changed her TikTok username from Jaceline with it to the Jaceline sign, because she wants everyone to know she's Akaash's wife and milk the controversy as much as possible. Why do you have to add your last name to drag the sign name in the mud? I feel bad for her father. What married woman goes around telling sexual stories about the stuff she did with other men before she met her husband, all to promote her podcast for attention, fame, and money? And she has money is the worst part. He's rich. She's over her talking about the size of her podcast, co-host husband's genitals, and Akaash Signs defends that as a joke. I don't want young Indian and Punjabi girls watching her videos and thinking that's normal. There are women who are supporting her just because they don't like that a woman's being criticized by incels. Incels aside, there's no reason to be talking about the things she's talking about on a podcast. The criticism of her is justified. If that bothers you, that says more about you than anything else. And look at the women come back. Criticizing her online behavior is justified given with the podcast she's influencing the younger generation. But what happens between her and her husband is their business. Yeah, and they still white knight. After all, he chose to believe her. Now he's got to deal with the shame. What an idiot. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Again, the more a man tone polices, the more he's usually cucked by his wife, because men don't naturally tone police. That's something women do. And so if a guy starts to do that, he's usually in the female frame. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, okay? Please like the video on your way out and subscribe. And if anything like this, if you ever believed a woman's lie and got bamboozled, let me know in the comments, like the video, and I'll see you next time.